Here we are with the 310 homework review. The first two problems here, you had to write each word phrase as a numerical expression. So I will read those word phrases to you and then I'll write up what they can look like. With number one, we had 8 times 4. So you may have written that with the dot. You may have written that with a parenthesis around the 4. You may have written it with a parenthesis around the 8. Or you may have written it with a parenthesis around both of your numbers. Any of those ways are perfectly acceptable. Number 3, we have 27 divided by 3. So you could write this like that. Or more appropriately in algebra would be to write it as a fraction, 27 divided by 3. I would really like you guys to start getting used to seeing division written as a fraction. Number 5, this is where algebra is starting to sneak in a little bit. We are given variables here, and we're told to use the letter X to represent our variable. So it says the product of, so we need to have that pop up in our head. Product of, that means multiply. The product of 37 and a number. A number is where you're going to put the variable. So the product of 37 and a number most often is going to look like this, 37x. You could put a dot in between if you wanted. You could put parentheses if you wanted. But this is really the simplest way to write it. Just 37 with an x right beside it. That means we're going to multiply. Number 7 says 6 times a number. So again, a number is where you're going to put in that variable, and writing them right beside each other means that we're going to multiply. Number 9 says a number divided by 10. When you use that divided by, whatever comes first is going on top. So a number divided by 10 would look like that. Number 11, the quotient of 621 and a number. Again, when you use the quotient of, whatever comes first is going on top in your numerator. So we have 621 over a number, which in this case we're told to use x. So that would be what number 11 looks like. The rest of these, you're given the math and you're told to translate that into the English. So you need to write out the words here. For number 13, we could say 98 times 45, the product of 98 and 45, 98 multiplied by 45. Any of those would be correct. For 15, again, we have multiplication. This time we have a variable. So we need to say the product of 45 and the number h, or 45 multiplied by the number h, or 45 times the number h. With 17, we have subtraction, so super careful with your order here. We could say the number m minus 65. We could say 65 less than the number m. We could say 65 subtracted from the number m. We could say, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to repeat myself if I try again. So we're going to go on to 19. 19 is multiplication. The number and the variable are smushed together. That means we're multiplying. So we're going to say 81 times the number f, or 81 multiplied by the number f, or the product of 81 and the number f. Again, with 21, it is multiplication, and I think that's a y with a short tail. So this one you would write out 8 and 92 hundredths times the number y, or the product of 8 and 92 hundredths and the number y. I added, you did not have to do these in your homework, but I added these because when I was writing these, I realized there were no division. So I added these. Remember, whether you're saying divided by or the quotient of, whatever is on top for your numerator, that's going to come first. So with this one, we would say 35 divided by 7, or the quotient of 35 and 7. With 20, we would say 69 divided by the letter S, or we would say the quotient of 69 and the number S. I think I said the letter S in the last one. It's not a letter, it's a number. This is math class. So 69 divided by the letter, oh, I said it again. 69 divided by the number S, or 69, the quotient of, sorry, the quotient of 69 and the letter S. I said it again. Mrs. Koenig is failing. Oh dear. Okay, let's try this one last time. The quotient of 69 and the number S. It is a number, people. It's math class. It's a number. Woo, I gotta get that in my head. Holy cow. Okay, so should I try it again? I'm scared. I'm a little bit scared here. It's a number, it's a number, it's a number. 69 divided by the number S, or the quotient of 69 and the number S. Yay, Mrs. Koenig. All right, so guys, that's it for this homework review. Please make sure you check your work as you watch this, and make sure you take a note of any questions that you still have. Write those down on your paper so that you remember to ask them in our Zoom on Friday, or you can post them on the discussion board on your math class on Rediker. So either way, if you're posting it on Rediker, just put what section it was from and what number the question is, and then tell me what trouble you're having. If you ask in your Zoom, we'll do it the same way. We'll go section by section so that we know which section you're asking about. Alrighty, that's all I have. I will see you guys soon with order of operations. That's next. I'm excited. Yay!